Dragon Force asks, do you strictly play 1-2 NL? Is that your main game?
1-2 and 1-3. I mean, it's the same game.
Right.
It's a fucking $300 buy-in. Occasionally 2-5, and I'm going to venture more into 2-5 after I pad a little bit more in the room.
Right. Now, do you consider that? I mean, for a regular person, not you, not the poker monk, who's like literally doesn't do anything but play poker and vlog. Would you suggest that to your average person?
Suggest what?
Coming to Vegas to play 1-2 NL.
I've told many people, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Right.
So
they're going to be mad now because they follow you because they want to think that they can quit their job too.
Well, that's okay. I watched the movie Heat because I think I would be good at robbing banks.
Right.
I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to try it. The fact of the matter is, I didn't really know what my vlog was about until recently. A friend kind of helped me realize what it's about. It's about chasing your dream and doing what you want to do. So it doesn't matter what you want to do. If you're doing something you don't want to be doing, go do what you want to do. You know, risk it all, whatever.
Right.
But I would never. I addressed this in a recent vlog, I think, and I basically said that there are a lot of reasons why you're going to fail.
Right.
The shit that the non-monk shit that you're talking about is the
Yes.
main. But the one that nobody is going to want to realize or understand is that they're not going to be winning poker players.
Right.
In the game, they're not going to be. I mean, what percentage do you think are winning players?
Oh, it's less than 1%.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Live poker? You think that not all players together, but people who actually try to make it?
Maybe less than 3%.
Okay, well, I always gravitate towards 5. I'm telling you, people just don't understand what it takes.
Well, let's make a little bit of a I don't know, a twist on that. There's a lot of guys who are winning poker players that can't win at poker because they have too many leaks and they play above their role and they're basically action junkies. Yeah. But these are winning poker players. You don't want to sit down and play poker with these guys. They're going to make your life a living hell. I know a lot of guys that I could say their name, you wouldn't know who they are. But I mean, in like the famous poker players, you know, like the Gus Hansons of the world, guys that like have basically, by any measure, lost their roles or are losing players at this point. No one wants to play as those guys, really. Yeah, you know, maybe like the top 1% of players in the world. I mean, of like world-class players. No, like average winning, grinding pro wants to play those guys because even though they have so many leaks and they're always doing something like sort of dumb with their money, right? You know, like something sort of crazy, or even like a JRB, or there's just so many of these guys that there's no money to be made playing against them because they're tough poker players who have like real poker skill. But their life skill, I guess, is just horrible. I don't know, because they're always like fucking on a stake.
Well, you kind of have to figure what poker lends itself to. I mean, who decides they want to play poker for a living? Mostly lazy people and people who want to do what they've seen on TV, which is this, you call it the baller, whatever, this shit lifestyle. Right. So, I mean, that's the thing, is I just don't think, one thing that most people are not going to be able to do is stop thinking about daily results. Right. Everybody wants to know daily results. Yes. And I talk about daily results in my vlog, but that's the one thing that I do in the vlog that is not like reality. Because it doesn't matter that I lost $1,400 playing one night. Right. And it doesn't matter that I won $1,000. You know what I mean? It just, you have to look at the long, and people can't do that. Poker is a instant gratification situation.
Well, the long run is longer than most humans can even fathom.
I believe
it's so fucking long.
I think that's true, especially live.
We got this guy now. I don't know if you follow this thing. Like this Brian Hastings guy, he's sort of in trouble now. He did some shady stuff. But the more interesting part of that, there's a lot of interesting things about it, and I'll probably get into it next week. But one of the real interesting things about it is this guy is obviously a good poker player. He's got 2 bracelets now. He plays in the highest stakes games in the world. Even if he was sort of cheating at one point, at a later point, everybody knew who he was, and he still sort of took on all comers. The guy can obviously play poker. Let's not joke around. This guy had lost 2 of the last 3 years. He had moved back in with his fucking parents. Really? This is a world-class poker player. And that's just how brutal.
And it wasn't life leaks. It was
it was just ran horrible.
Right, yeah.
And he was probably playing way above his role because everybody thinks, oh, I got 20 buy-ins. I can how could you ever lose 20 buy-ins? And like a week later you lost 20 buy-ins.
Yeah.
You know.
As a matter of fact, Harry and I used to have the argument about how many single table satellites could you lose in a row. And the number that he used to say, I don't believe that I could ever lose this number in a row. And then he lost about 140% of those in a row.
Really?
And Harry knows what he's talking about.
Right.
But it's like you said, anything can happen.
Right.
When it comes to gambling, anything can happen. It just doesn't matter. I mean, anything can happen.
Well, yeah, you could walk by a roulette. If you walk through the fucking casino now, they basically put up a little video graphic for every roulette wheel. And if you walk around there and look at those all the time, like if they just catch the corner of your eye or something,
oh, yeah,
you'll see ones that have had like black like 13 times in a row, or like double zero like 4 times in a row. It's like the odds of this shit fucking happening is like so goddamn tiny, and yet it's just right there for everyone to see. And yet people think in poker, well, I'm too good for that to happen to me.
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
no, you're not too good for that to happen to you. And even a better example of that is like, look at dudes who've won the main event of the World Series of Poker who are now flat on their ass fucking broke.
Well, yeah, that's just its own like ridiculous
It's insane.
Thing. Yeah, I know.
It's insane. And basically, these were never good poker players, and they hit to win the World Series of Poker. They basically were the same as walking by a roulette wheel that had come up black 23 times in a row.
And betting before the first black.
Yeah, and just betting black every single time. They won every fucking flip for 6 straight days, you know? It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. And yet, and everybody will look to that as to why they should get into poker, but nobody will look to the flip side. The guy who's lost 23 flips in a row and is like, fuck my life, this is fucking impossible, and you try to tell somebody and they don't believe you. They think you're full of shit, you know? They're like, oh, sour grapes, another bad beat story.
Yeah.
But here's a question. Since you are the poker monk, how do you not get involved in any booze, any smoking, any sex, any gambling?
Well, stop with the sex thing.
But it's just true.
That is unconfirmed.
That
is absolutely unconfirmed.
I'm good at reading people. It's part of my job.
No, well,
I'm kidding. I don't know. Okay, you're having. Okay, let's just go with gambling, booze, smoking. Especially gambling, since you're in a casino every single day.
Yeah.
How do you not have, and also getting scammed? How do you never get scammed as well?
Well,
because you know this happens to most of the guys who come here.
I used to gamble.
Right.
A long time ago. And I've read stacks and stacks of books. Nobody understands that the fucking roulette wheel is 5.26% better than me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
that's a double zero roulette.
Oh, that's a double zero, right? I understand.
I think you can get the 2.6% one down at Monte Carlo.
You probably
Not that I would know.
Yeah,
Not that
right.
I would know.
Well, you know, and they build billion-dollar casinos with 2%. So
right.
You know, but I can't explain to you. The whole story would take us like weeks to get to.
Well, just give us, these people want to know. These people, they want to know, because these are the people that are fucking can't make it past the roulette wheel without putting down at least one on black.
Well, the thing that stopped me from gambling was understanding why I gambled in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth of the matter is, and God forbid I might help a guy or two out here, compulsive gamblers have an emotional need to lose.
Yes, you're 100% right.
And
yep.
I know, once I realized that, first of all, that was the first part of the equation, I realized that there's only one explanation of how I can go on a casino boat with $300, run it into $1,500 at blackjack, which is what I went there to do,
right,
and then not leave until it's all gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but the fact is, even if I left for the day, it's still going back.
Right.
So, if I logically know that I'm flushing money down the toilet, then I have to be doing it for a reason.
Right.
And it's a subconscious reason. So the reasons, I think the biggest reason for most people is guilt. Mm-hmm. They have guilt from somewhere in their lives or whatever. And that's a complex issue, I think.
They punish themselves.
They punish themselves.
Right.
They believe that they don't deserve to have what they have or what they want to have.
Because some of the richest guys, with the seemingly from the outside, have the most successful lives, are like the most just self-destructive gamblers.
Yeah, right. And there has to be a reason for it.
There's some guilt somewhere. Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
I'm not necessarily saying that that's dead on my situation,
No, but
once you realize it. But I also think that I found a way to get my gambling fix, but win.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, when it comes to poker, I'm not being self-destructive or trying to be self-destructive.
How do you know if it hasn't creeped in that you're trying to punish yourself at the poker table?
I think it could have in the beginning of my poker playing.
Some people would say sitting around at Planet Hollywood playing 1-2 all week is you trying to punish yourself. I mean, what you have the guilt? What kind of guilt could cause you to want to do that?
Well, that's the thing, is that I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm actually taking your
I started the same place that you are.
It's your words, vehicle. Right. It's vehicle. Poker is a vehicle.
It's a vehicle.
That's
yes,
right.
it is.
That's exactly right. So I'd rather be in that vehicle than the fucking vehicle waiting tables at Maggiano's. Believe
that vehicle's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Poker's a much better vehicle, and the truth is, if you can really play, you have a lot more freedom in your life. Because if you can really play, the worst that can happen is you're playing poker, and that's not that bad.
Right.
A lot of people would kill to do that.
The freedom in your life can be your downfall, though.
It can.
Because if you don't work hard at poker, I have lazied myself broke a lot of times.
Right.
That's 100% true. I've done it. I did it in Florida.
Right.
You know? Just not playing. Yeah, find a reason not to play today. People want to say, "Oh, don't play when you're not feeling it or whatever." Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not feeling it ever, so I would never be playing it. Sometimes, not now, but you know.
Well, I mean, one of the hard things about being a professional poker player is the moment where you realize, because like when you walk into a casino like this, even me to this day, well, not this casino, a nice casino. I mean,
you're supposed to shout Planet Hollywood out on this fucking thing.
You can see naked women here on accident. There are good things about this place.
Right.
But I mean, when I walk into like the Wynn, there, to this day, there still is like that tinge of a feeling that anything can happen. Right?
Oh, you mean the optimistic?
The optimism that a casino gives you. That like it's the extra oxygen in the air. It's the fucking shit they're piping in. It's the carpets. It's the girl. No, it's not true. But
okay.
I mean, it's when you walk in from this fucking furnace that is Las Vegas, it feels like there's something in the air.
Right.
Right.
100%.
112 degrees outside. You're fucking melting. You walk in the casino, it feels like you just stepped into heaven.
Right.
There is like a twinge that anything can happen, and when you're just a regular dude, that is an overwhelming feeling. Like that's why there's movies about Las Vegas, and that's why it is like this jewel in a fucking butt-fuck nowhere desert is the idea that anything can happen for one fleeting moment.
Yes.
I can be the fucking dipshits from the Hangover or whatever, or I can be Rain Man or something, you know. But one of the toughest parts of being a pro, and it doesn't sound like it'd be tough, but it is tough, is when you finally realize that anything can happen. Only one thing can happen. I can make my fucking hourly if I work my ass off.
Right.
That's all that can happen.
That's
That's literally all that can happen. Nothing else can happen.
Yes.
and that becomes a grind in and of itself.
And your hourly in the pit is negative.
It's negative, yes.
Right.
And your hourly in like, let's say like just a 5-5 game or something might be $35 or $40 if you're a world-class fucking player. And you're gonna say I won $3,000 a night, I lost $500, I won $2,500, but you didn't really win or lose anything. All you made was your exact hourly. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else happened. The rest is just fucking like window dressing, or it's like a mirage.
The only thing that can happen is that in the short term you can run way above EV for a short period, and it can get you into a bigger opportunity. Right. You know, and then hopefully you run decent there too.
You can move up in stakes.
Yeah, right.
That's just like it's like getting a promotion at work.
Well, it's just like counting cards or whatever anybody might try to do. You're only going to make what the math says you're going to make.
Yes. So I mean, at this point in my life, it's like I go into the bike and play, and no matter what I make or lose, I know because I have so many thousands of fucking hours in basically the same mid-stakes size games, I know that if I go in for 8 hours, I made $800.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whether I won 10,000 or lost 5,000, nothing else happened. There's nothing I can even do to change it except move up in stakes. And a lot of people who get into poker, thinking that it's the ship it, holla, balla, rocks and rings nonsense, when they have to face that like reality about the actual sort of work of the game, the job aspect of the game, they lose their minds.
Yeah.
They can't. They're not motivated to play anymore.
Well, whether I intended it or not, that is what my vlog is basically shows, the reality of the shit.
Right.
I mean, I'm not holler baller
no.
doing anything. You know
You're
what
the
I mean?
monk. You're the poker monk.
Well, I don't know how I like that moniker.
Well, it's just, but you can't deny it. No drinking, no smoking, no gambling, no women.
You know that's the name of this vlog.
Is that the name of the vlog
Poker
now?
Monk.
The
It's
Poker
100%.
No, you can't be stealth monk.
No,
Poker
I don't
monk.
even know. I see you yelling at that guy, but I don't really know.
He's a piece of work.
Okay.
Oh
Is
my
he here
God.
or L.A.?
No, he's in Vegas, but he
okay.
actually lives on the East Coast. He lives next to
Oh,
Fox.
right. Oh, that's what
He's
I
just
mean.
here for this series. If you meet him, oh God, he's a piece of work.